Does anyone know where Liz is? What is this? You said we were dressing up. I am dressed up. This is patriotic. Red, blue, white. Or red, white, blue. You just took that to like a whole.
This is dressing
other
up.
level.
You said we were dressing up.
Mm-hmm. Did that seem? Happy 4th! Yay! That's the first time it's never spilled over on me.
Like James Bond.
Oh, yeah. Now everyone has seen that I can open a champagne bottle correctly.
Oh, what do you have?
Oh, I got the red and you got the blue.
Oh, okay.
So, for everyone who doesn't know, it's supposed to make a star-spangled spritzer, but when people put me up to activities, it's really hard for me to follow through. So here we are with our champagne and blueberries and raspberries.
You want to make sure it's up?
This is a really makeshift.
One of those raspberries is gonna go rolling.
Can you? All right.
There you go.
Would you like some?
Sure. Oh, there they go. Okay.
All right.
Mix them up so that at least look like they're
Tilt your glass.
okay. How much? Like that?
Yeah.
Sure. Hey everybody! I'm Liz Castile,
And I'm Sarah Helmus.
and this is Happy Hour Homedemic. I love our clanks. Clank, clank,
That wasn't as
clank.
good as last time, but I'll take it.
No, it kind of like went.
Are we supposed to drink at the same time?
Oh, sorry.
It's bad juju that we didn't. Hey guys, happy 4th of July week.
Hey,
Yay!
America!
America! So, last week we talked about the state of the market. This week we're talking about dun 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 veterans!
Oh, veterans.
Or VA.
VA. Veterans.
Yay!
Acronym
VA.
stands for
Veterans Administration. Yes. Good job. All right, so veterans. We love our veterans.
woo woo.
Did you know there's a veteran loan for veterans? Just for veterans. You have to be a veteran.
No, I did not. Please tell us more.
I want to do something really mean right now, but I can't. Being recorded. Should we talk about just the basics of a VA loan first?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so not to be put on the spot or anything. VA loan, 100% financing for most applicants. You do have to be a veteran, active duty, or a certain time in as a guards, reserves. So you have the ability to purchase a home at 100% financing. Some veterans or active duty are able to get no funding fee, which is kind of like, what would you say, kind of like the substitute for mortgage insurance, except it's not. Like that would be the only way I would know how to
It's
compare
like
it.
it's VA's fee to do the
Yes.
loan, basically. So they get a one-time fee that's
It's rolled
financed in, so you don't pay it. It's not like a fee that you can pay it. I've never had anybody want to pay it, which it's financed in, so you can pay it, or you can finance it in, and some people are exempt from it, and some people are not. Most people know if they're exempt from it with your certificate of eligibility, which is another acronym.
COE.
Just wanted to throw that out there for Liz.
Thank you.
That we order for you, and it'll tell us if you're exempt or not. But continue.
Yep. So no mortgage insurance.
Yep.
We love that. Typically, it's a discounted rate. You have discounted fees for most lenders.
Ooh, fun fact about VA is that VA appraisers are their own set of appraisers, so they are governed by VA.
Yeah.
So, like in the world that we have all lived in the last few, I guess, years, appraisers have been so backed up, and so they've been taking like 3-4 weeks sometimes. In some states, I've seen like 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
I've seen worse. Yeah.
Crazy prices. VA appraisers are governed by the VA, and they have a certain time frame they have to stay within, which is pretty cool. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay.
It's the best loan in the world.
We love VA loans. VA loans are the best. Love helping our veterans.
Yes.
They are the best. They're always some of the coolest people that I talk to on the phone, really. I normally become really good friends, and I say the wives because I normally end up talking to the husband first, or then the wives mostly is what ends up happening. And so I end up becoming really good friends with the wives. But it's cool to see like where a veteran started in his career and now where he is. You know,
and it's really cool that we are nationwide, so like we can kind of travel with
the veterans,
our veterans and active duty guys, because they get moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, which brings us to our first misconception.
Okay, so the 5 VA misconceptions.
That is right in my eyeball.
Priscilla.
Girl, we gotta calm down. Girl, this gotta go. I can't do it.
Oh Lord, just taking things off on camera. Oh wow. Oh wow, you really
Just leave my little Heidi braids.
What's a Heidi braid?
Yeah, because you know Heidi had her hair braided like pulled around her head.
Heidi.
You never saw the Shirley Temple movie with Heidi? She like the little girl that lived with her grandpa.
Back to I never watch all these movies that you all think I watch.
Did you see Heidi? What is happening?
Tom, have you seen it?
Tom's seen it. Well, I wanted to.
How old is Heidi? Maddie's not even old enough to watch
I
Heidi.
think it was like 70s.
Yeah, that was like back from the 1500s, essentially.
I'm falling apart.
Yeah, you are. You just took your hair off. There's a lot happening right now. It's a lot. You're redressing.
So that brings us to our first VA misconception.
Uno.
Can you have dos VA loans?
Sí.
Muy bien. Gracias. De nada.
You can have two VA loans. So what does that mean?
Oh, you want me to give like a scenario?
Yeah, give a scenario for our people.
So there's a couple. So for example, let's say I had some friends in North Carolina. We bought our houses up there when we were stationed. Shout out Hubert. And bought our houses, and they were getting restationed up north, but they had been told they'd probably be sent back in a few years. So they were like, we don't want to sell our house. We love it, you know? Right. So what they did is they went ahead and worked on getting it rented out, and were able to use the rest of their entitlement, which is a special fund calculation for that we use to be able to tell you how much. Now, they didn't have to put any down on their second home because it was in that certain calculation for that percentage.
It's not considered a second home. We should probably.
Right, because it's another primary that they were moving to.
But it's not another primary because they can't have 2 primaries.
Right. But basically, like the first one goes
in like rented. Investment property status.
But you cannot buy an investment property with a VA loan.
The only reason they could do it was because they were being moved by the military.
Yeah.
And there are certain rules that allow you to keep a VA loan if you're being moved by the military and get another one. But you have to have a certain amount of entitlement.
Right.
Entitlement means how much the VA loan will allow you to have without putting a down payment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it. Cool. Awesome job. Boom.
Misconception dos.
You can't have a VA loan more than once, which is not the same as having 2 at one time. At one point, you couldn't. So you'll hear a lot of veterans say, I don't want to use my VA loan on this. And you're sitting here going, first of all, why not? You don't have to put any money down. If you don't want to, there's no mortgage insurance, no matter how much or how little money you put down. You've got a better rate typically. I mean, so you're sitting there kind of going, why? And they go, oh, well, you know, I'm saving it because I won't be able to use it again.
Right.
False.
Number 3 VA misconception is that you've had a short sale or a foreclosure and can have another VA loan. That is false.
You can.
You can.
You may have to put some money down.
Right.
But
goes back to entitlement. There's a whole worksheet that we have to fill out that allows us to see the previous foreclosure and short sale and then how much you have to put down to get that. And VA misconception 4.
It is ridiculously hard to pass a VA appraiser. False.
So, I hate that because these people,
They'll make me mad.
I don't really like to say these people because that sounds horrible. These women and men of our country
Who have sacrificed
so much
so much time, energy, blood, sweat,
Their
tears.
family has sacrificed so much, and people don't want to pick their offer because they are a VA borrower. When in fact, they should pick them because they are a VA borrower.
Yeah.
And I've had people who have had cash offers that were good cash offers. Recently, I just had one, and they picked the veteran because he was a veteran, which I think is the absolute way it should be.
I do too. And to say you're not gonna accept a veteran's offer because you think that the appraisal is gonna come with repairs, I'll tell you what they're looking for. They're making sure that the property is safe for the veteran. So if you're just trying to pass off a little shackety-doozo that hadn't been repaired since the 1900s and is falling in on the foundation and everything is not up to code, yeah, you know what? You should fail because our veterans deserve a good, safe place to be.
And truly, you should fail if you're conventional too, because if I can put my foot, which you would.
You're just not a nice person, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, we're back to Joe again.
I'm telling you, poor Joe's getting picked on, man.
Can it be like Tom?
We have
or Wayne?
Tom. We know
There's
Tom.
not that many Waynes. I feel
Tom.
like.
My uncle's name is Wayne.
Of course he is. So, VA appraisals.
Keeping veterans safe since, oh no, I don't know when they started the VA loan program. A long, long time ago in the United States of America.
So VA appraisals, not as hard as everybody thinks they are.
No.
Yes, sometimes they will come with repairs. And sometimes if you really look at the repairs, you're like, that makes a lot of sense. And it should be called for them. So, some lenders, not naming any names, have told my clients they cannot get a VA loan if a property is labeled agricultural. This, my friend, is incorrecto. Coming straight from the VA guidelines.
That is
VA.
not how you type.
It actually is.
It's
just a little
not.
bit more aggressive. Just
No, it's like.
That's rude.
That's how you type.
So you can have a property labeled agricultural, it just cannot be a working farm.
No moo-moos.
I mean,
No moo-moos hooked up to moo-moo juice machines. That's a lot of M's.
I don't even know what to say anymore about the moo juice.
You should tell your fun fact about the cowbell.
Okay, so I was at this wedding this weekend and there was this guy who was a farmer. I mean, I say this because I don't really know if he was a true farmer, but he says he was.
Do you have a hat?
No,
Not a farmer.
But I said, there was somebody ringing a cowbell very aggressively. And I was like, excuse me, Mr. Farmer Man, what is the purpose of a cowbell? Where did it originate from? Because I'm all about like where things originate from. And he said, I'm not really sure because I don't use cowbells. He goes, but if I had to make an educated guess, I would say they put the cowbells on the cows that were milking and that the cows would come home and they'd hear the bell and they knew it was time to milk the cow.
That is convenient.
If you ever want any random useless knowledge, you just come to me and I have it for you. So VA misconception number 5. You have to have great credit to get a VA loan.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was really aggressively ugly, but I have done some VA ones in the 500s.
So VA, actually, I've been asked this question a lot. Well, I want to do a VA loan, but my credit isn't that great. I probably am gonna have to do an FHA loan, because I won't pass. Actually, I just had a guy 2 weeks ago ask me
Better
that.
luck with VA than you would FHA.
Well, but I think there's just not enough information out there
Yeah.
to educate people, and I think that's the problem.
Well, and then you have people that just make stuff up.
Right, a lot of them make stuff up. Which
Really makes me
again,
angry.
going back to our previous podcast. So, what else do we have for our veterans? What don't you have some stuff?
Oh,
We have a little star one, and there are no longer any VA loan limits. That's huge for our veterans because they don't have to be in jumbo land where there's a lot of other requirements. They just, as long as they qualify and as long as they have enough entitlement,
You get the
they
stamp.
can have whatever they want.
Whatever you want. Isn't there a Grease song about that?
You're the one that I want.
Da 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 da. Woo 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 woo. Really, you could have done that, and it would have been a really great moment.
I was just thinking about a fun fact when I was a kid. This is
Yeah.
really embarrassing. I used to stay in New York with my grandparents for 2 weeks, and they'd take me to all the fun stuff because I was the first grandchild. And there's this place called Discovery Zone. Not sure if any of our
Discovery Zone. I always wanted to have my birthday there.
Discovery Zone had karaoke.
What? Ours did not.
The New York one did, and I would always get on stage and sing "Hopelessly Devoted to You" for all of this guys.
I sang that at the. I kid you not. Shut up, because I sang that at the talent show every year in elementary school.
See, we are two kindred spirits. So, any of our followers have ever seen a young girl singing "Hopelessly Devoted to You" at Discovery Zone, which I'm pretty sure they don't have anymore, but they did. It's your girl, Sarah. All right, so VA. What else do we have?
Veterans rock.
Veterans do rock.
They deserve all of the benefits that has been given to them. And we deserve to take a moment to thank them for what they've done. I'm just going to say, whether you agree with it politically or not, these are people that have risked their lives or given their lives or given limbs.
Their family has given up their lives, really.
And for that, no matter how you feel politically about the military, you should at least say thank you for being willing to do that for someone that you may never even know.
And it's so cool to have a loan like that is just specifically for them, that gives back so much, because I think it allows a lot of people who wouldn't be able to qualify for a home loan to get one.
That we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have.
Right.
And it was honestly one of the learning curves that made me want to get into this industry and educate. We had a fantastic loan officer in North Carolina. Shout out Danielle, still remember. And she guided us through everything we needed to do to not only qualify, but qualify at the best rate, qualify in the best situation. You know, she set us up for success, and she taught us a lot of, oh no, that's a misconception, and really educated us. And that was the first example of what an LO is and should be.
Right.
And for that, I'm forever thankful, because it got me interested in this, and I work with a lot of VA because of that and that experience and where I've come from, and love to help other LOs with VA as well. So I'm very grateful for the military and everything that it's afforded our family. My husband was able to get his education paid for.
Yep.
Completely. And because of his experience and everything, he has a fantastic job. It really turned our entire lives around.
Right.
And I'm very thankful for that. Met fantastic people along the way. Got a first-hand experience of a brotherhood, sisterhood, familyhood that is just different from any other. So.
And this is our way of loan officers to be able to give back to them in a way that we wouldn't be able to. So if someone is not offering you a VA loan and you are a veteran, speak up and say something, because you know, that is your right. That's what you've earned, and it's always worth a shot to take a look at it and see if it makes sense for you. I always start there first for veterans, and then if for some reason that's not a good fit or doesn't work, we'll move to the next option, but we always start there. And so it's so important to have, again, someone that you know and trust that will help guide you. If you have a weird situation, you know, because all veterans are not created equally as far as pay goes. So there's all kinds of different pay structures and different kind of pay that they can receive. And it's so important to have someone that understands that pay, because you don't want to miss out on qualifying because maybe they didn't understand how you were paid, and maybe you're not giving you some of your pay that you're actually getting. Because from the LESs that I have seen, there's so many different pays that can be analyzed and used that a lot of the times aren't used. You know, I'll talk to people who have been turned down from other lenders, and then I'll take a look at their stuff and I'm like, well, you have all these other things that we're not. It just, you know, it takes a little longer because it takes more questions and more digging, but
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
So,
beyond worth it. We're happy to do it.
So the moral of the story is support our veterans and get a qualified VA lender to look at your loan.
We just wanted to take a second to say thank you to all of our troops, active, veteran, those overseas right now. Everything that you do that allows us the opportunity to live the American dream. We are so very thankful, and we hope all of you have a very safe and fun 4th of July.
Yes, happy 4th.
Happy 4th. That's what they do that a lot. The Hershey Girls, they'll be like,
so do the Spice Girls.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what I want.
Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I can't go that little. She's like,
Also sang that in the talent show.
please tell me you had the whole group.
We did. Actually, it was Say You'll Be There by the Spice Girls, but same thing.
That's a good one.
Matching overalls. Really.
Overalls?
Yeah. No, Mom really wasn't going to let us go to the platform and stuff. So.
Really? Linda. Listen, Linda. The Spice Girls, no, they gotta have the black.
They were from Gap. Blue and pink.
Like you were having a gender reveal?
Kind of, yeah. That's the exact colors.
Do you at least have fireworks?
Nope.
Linda! You're pausing.